Hello and welcome to CNBC TV 18. Today we are at Nasik at the Sula Vineyard. We are going to show you how wine is made. Shall we? Let's go. Sula Vineyard is the largest wine producer in India with a 65% market share and exports to over 30 countries worldwide. Sula's state-of-the-art wineries in Karnataka and Maharashtra have a combined capacity of 12.5 million litres. This is the place where it all began, and we meet the man who started it all. Meet founder and CEO of Sula Vineyards, Rajiv Samant, and the man who started it all in 1999. Rajiv, thank you for joining us today.
Lovely to be here.
Now, let me see if I get this right. You are the pioneer of wine culture and tourism in India, the first to introduce Sauvignon Blanc, Chenin Blanc, Riesling, amongst many other wines in India. In 2005, the first one to launch India's first wine tasting room. In 2015, the first one to launch India's first vineyard resort. Right so far?
Absolutely.
Great. Now, I have to say, I've been here 2 days. It's crazy, the crowds, it's madness. Did you anticipate this when you started all this?
Not at all.
Okay.
No, I had small ambitions at that time to make a nice, decent, drinkable wine right here in India from grapes grown here in India.
Yeah.
And that was about my only ambition.
Yeah.
Never did I imagine that 20 years later, it was going to grow into something so big and so cool.
Is this also true that the most number of Indians have tasted their first wine here?
We believe that the most number of people in the world have tasted their first glass of wine here at Sula. That's a claim that I would like to make.
That's quite a crazy number. Now tell me, while doing all this, you've also become the most sustainable winery in Asia and are striving to become the most sustainable winery in the world. Tell me about some of these efforts.
So, Sohila, I knew a long time ago when I set up this vineyard and winery that sustainability had to be one of our pillars. It had to imbue everything that we did. So, you know, there are a few key pillars of sustainability.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about packaging. Our packaging of a typical bottle of wine is 99% recyclable.
Okay.
So if you look at the glass, you look at the aluminum screw cap, it's all recyclable. You look at the cardboard cartons, 99%. It's very hard to think of another consumer product that hits that kind of a number.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. If you look at solar, 60% of Sula's energy comes from solar today. And our target is to hit 75% within another 2 years. We save about 40 million liters of water annually with all the water saving and rainwater harvesting infrastructure that we set up, and all of the things we do. We have loops in the winery where water is used once and then reused for a lower degree use.
Lovely. And what about things like, what do you do with the leftover grapes?
Reduce, reuse, recycle, that's the mantra, that's what we follow. We squeeze it dry, the seeds get squeezed for grapeseed oil, which is really like a miracle oil. It's the most easily absorbable.
Lots of antioxidants.
Fantastic anti-aging, antioxidants. And then the rest of it goes into these big pits where earthworms basically eat it and give us this fantastic, rich vermicompost, which then goes back into the vineyards. Cheers.
Sula's owned and contracted vineyards spread over 3,000 acres in the Nasik Valley are home to some of the finest grapes and latest in viticulture technology. In the month of December during harvest, 500 farmers bring their grapes here, where they're further taken into production to make your favorite wine. The grapes once collected are separated into white grapes and red grapes. The white grapes get crushed at the pneumatic balloon press. The red grapes then get crushed at the destemmer at the crushing pad. The juices once collected are put into these tanks for filtration. But there's a whole process before they reach the bottle and into your home. For that, keep watching, as in our next episode we talk to winemakers to understand the process in the making of wine.